Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my August 2023 Ascension Energies update. And this month's theme is living our destined life. We're finally stepping into this new stage. It's a new cycle for us. And the key words this month are navigation, because we're going to need to learn to navigate, and there's energy coming in to support us to interpret divine guidance. So those are the key words: navigation and interpreting divine guidance. So August energies are calling us to finish the DNA upgrade that we started in July through the 777 gateway, and so that we can be fully aligned with the fifth dimensional energies and our destined life. And this is generally the path less taken. It's a new path for us. It's going to take us to another level of self-mastery. And self-mastery is key going forward. This is what we need as we move forward through these ever-changing times, is self-mastery for ourselves, particularly spiritual self-mastery. A big part of this too is also mental and emotional self-mastery. So these are all areas that you're going to be pulled into new situations and circumstances that you're going to find that come into your life as you move forward August and onward. You may even have started to see that start to shift towards the end of July. And it's really catapulting us into this new version of ourselves. A version of ourselves that we should have lived without all the karmic patterning that we had before, in the relationships that we were stuck in, toxicity and drama. And we were never quite able to move into our highest potential as human beings. Now we have the opportunity to do that. And of course, there always is a choice in that. People can choose either to grab onto this opportunity or not. That's entirely up to you. So as we move through this, it's important that you slow down this month. I'm going to again say that I said this last month too, is that it takes a lot to shift from this version of the old reality that we lived in to this new reality, or the fifth dimensional reality. It takes a lot of energy when these cosmic forces come in for our body to transmute and transform, not only in our cells, in the DNA, in the vibrational field, but also we then have to upgrade through the mental and emotional body and the physical body itself. So there is a lot going on, and you really need to slow down as you go through this. We're going to continue to expand our consciousness and really explore the depth and breadth of our hearts as we move through the Leo gateway, the August 8th gateway. That's all about heart-centered empowerment. So we'll be moving to that next level, and we'll be clearing and clearing through that time and onward in order to up level and complete this DNA upgrade by the end of August, when we go through the last moon. There's 3 moons this month, 2 of them being super moons. And we also have Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot going on this month. So please slow down and take the time to self-care for you and your body. Let your emotions catch up with this process, because you're going to still be processing a lot of emotion. And as I said, the body needs to catch up as well. Now, as we do all of this, of course, we want to stay as emotionally stable and healthy as possible. And the archetype that really helps us with this is the Chanter and the Enchantress archetype. So that's the archetype that you're going to be working with this month. And it really assists us in this process. And it's part of the 8th chakra. So we have the 7th here and then the 8th. This is the bridge to the higher realms. It's the rainbow chakra. You know, that's when we talk about when our animals go over the rainbow bridge, or we go over the rainbow bridge. That's where that portal is. It starts there in your field, and it accesses you to those higher chakras, and then connects you to the cosmic energies and cosmic forces and all that is. So it's very much like the shepherd. It's the guardian of the portals from the lower to the higher realms. And that's what the Enchanter, Enchantress archetype supports us with. And it helps us to live our highest truth. So by accessing these higher realms, we can pull in higher consciousness, that higher mind that I talk about through the DNA process that we're doing right now. So this all fits together. And it really helps us connect overall to, as I said, that universal consciousness down through chakras 1 to 7 to the body. So it helps us as well live in our higher heart. So the gateway is connected from the subconscious, the thymus, up through the 8th chakra and beyond. And therefore, we're going to have a lot of immune issues ongoing this month that are hitting us hard in the thymus. So you may find your immunity is a little lower, or you're more fatigued this month as a result. And that's already started as we head into August, I've noticed, with the energies that are shifting. So it's going to as well help us as we move through this, the Enchanter Enchantress. When you embody that archetype, it's like you're fully feeling. And so you may feel a lot of emotional overwhelm, but it's important to use that to channel, to really feel and open that multi-sensory, and to channel and use that feeling to direct you forward in your life and help you interpret divine guidance and integrate it, helps you integrate this multidimensional consciousness as you're moving through this process with more grace and surrender. Okay, because we have to surrender now as we move through this. We're learning to flow, be in the universal flow, and work with divine creation, not against it, which is what we did in the old paradigm, where we tried to control everything and we're very goal oriented. That's not going to work anymore. We need to surrender to where the universe is calling us to grow, where our soul purpose is pulling us. You're feeling that pull. And also, it's for you to, again, expand more spiritually as we go forward. Because as I've said, this whole year, a big part of this is about spiritual growth. We have to learn to become really spiritual about how we see life and find meaning in life, and surrender to the greater opportunity that comes through listening and interpreting that divine guidance that we get, versus operating the way we thought we had to live, or we were told we have to live. So this is about surrendering more to something much bigger than ourselves as we go forward. So overall, when we're working with this rainbow chakra and embracing that enchanter and enchantress, we can really hear those divinely guided and intuitive messages about the changes that we need to make in our life. That's really what it comes down to in a practical sense, where we need to move forward in our lives, what we need to let go of in our lives. And therefore, as we move more into that sense of knowing and feeling strong and safe in who we are as we move forward, we can reclaim our power and have more courage and have that sense of responsibility in our service to humanity, to the highest good. So that's essentially what we're going to be working with this month. And the Enchanter Enchantress archetype, I also use when I work with it, when I channel, but you can do it, you can use that archetype to assist you in shamanic journeying or meditation, or when you're trying to interpret dream work and you're trying to recall that multi-dimensional consciousness from your dreams that you get, mystical experiences, heightened altered states, right? It helps you when we anchor in this archetype, it helps us with grounded expansion, right? So we're bringing in that, all of that coding from the DNA upgrade. And this month, we're really grounding it so that we can use that to shift our lives and move forward, as I said, into your destined life, where you really were meant to go and be. And you're able to do that for the first time in this lifetime, which is amazing. No matter what age you're at, it's helping you move forward and embody that. So know that as well, it's going to help us bring in more divine compassion and divine selflessness. That's where that's what this gateway is for. It really connects you to the higher energies and the ability to release that karmic residue that's left over for you, and activates as well your spiritual skill set, right? That is contained here in particularly that 7th chakra. As you connect, then you get the guidance you need to move forward. So it's a really important archetype and important month that we're moving into. And that's why I've said, please slow down and look after yourself, because the body is going through tremendous upgrade. This has been one of the toughest and challenging DNA upgrades that I have yet encountered. So please be kind to yourself. And the the plant ally with the enchanter enchantress, the two, I have a few of them, but the two that I mainly work with the enchanter enchantress is the sweet gale and mugwort. So sweet gale is great for, and you're going to find this month, you're going to be moving through more releasing of emotional blockages in those lower chakras and helping with a better flow of communication in the body and empowerment. So we need that so that we can continue to integrate what we are upgrading in our body. As well, we're going to continue to integrate emotional pain that we've had from the past and any of that kind of tension within the body that undermines our emotional interactions with each other. So we can have better co-creative relationships as we go forward. As I said, those old toxic relationships that weren't working for you are leaving, and co-creative relationships are coming online for you. But your body has to match this new energy that's coming in through the cosmos to help you do that. And as well, you may find that this process will be aided. That's why I said we've got a lot going on in the thymus, which is part of that 8th chakra. The bridging is that there's a lot of clearing in the subconscious here, and therefore the immunity is impacted and we're fatigued, for example, or getting more cold and flus. Because we have to work with the thymus as we release to help us integrate this new consciousness. And a lot of it's done through dream time because that's the safest time to do that. Sweet Gale really aids in that process. And in both my Enchanter, Enchantress, Elixir, and Essence, so I have Sweet Gale in there, as well as the other plant ally is Mugwort. And it really helps integrate the psychic information you're getting and the dream experiences that we have into our life. So that's part of when we're dreaming at night, we're releasing and healing. And that's all shifting in us psychologically, in the psyche, and allowing us to integrate that experience, that healing, that release, and then bring that into healing into the body, the earthly self. And that we can, through that, gain greater awareness. Okay? The key is greater awareness as we move forward. And that will give us insight into, therefore, what we need moving forward, and guidance and direction. That's the guidance and direction from the spiritual world that we're getting. And mugwort is a plant that really supports that. So those are the two that I have in here, among others that I'm highlighting this month, because we are going to continue to take what we're downloading and what we're getting in our dream time or our meditations, or if you're doing shamanic journeying or ceremonies. And really, this month is a potent month to integrate that so that you can get the messages and the guidance that you need to make the, and have the choice to move forward, and make sure that you are choosing and being responsible. So all of this is going to support you this month. And, as you go through, and these energies from the cosmos are really assisting us in this way. And as I mentioned, being more aware and conscious and slowing down, that gives you more chance to really understand the guidance that you're receiving, and then choosing the right action as you move forward. So the products I'm recommending this month are my Enchanter and Enchantress Elixir and Essence, as well as the DNA 9 and 10 Essence that I had last month that I mentioned. The Empowered Rebel Essence, because this is a new Earth archetype that's continuing to come online, and it's helping us on many levels to just be comfortable in our own skin, to live by our own values and belief system. It's an incredibly powerful new Earth archetype. It's one of the 13 new Earth archetypes that are coming online for us in the next 10 years. I'm also recommending my Metal Element Essence, because we are moving into the metal cosmic cycle of creation. And this is where we're learning to live by our own values and beliefs, really reevaluating the past, taking a look at that and knowing how we want to live going forward. And as well, knowing that we have the choice to do that. Okay, really stepping more into that sense of self-responsibility, accountability, and empowerment this month. I also am recommending my Feel No Fear tea, because some of you will have to step out of your comfort zone as you move into new situations, circumstances, jobs, places that you're living, meeting new people, and be courageous as you step into this. So my Feel No Fear tea can soothe that nervous system and release tension. and calm your mind a little bit. And then my illumination tea. So that really allows that 5th, 6th, 7th, and the rainbow bridge chakras to connect and work better. So all of those are 20% off this month, as well as I've got my Oracle deck on sale, half price, to help you more with divine guidance, to really learn to trust your inner knowing. Again, self-mastery. That is how we're going to live going forward. August, psychospiritual and physical symptoms this month. Feeling a slow and steady improvement, for example, that you're thriving and actually want to be here. Because I mean, it's been a very tough process going through this. And I've heard from many of you saying that you really didn't know whether you wanted to be here anymore. And I understand that it's been tough, but we're going to be seeing some traction going forward and surges in energy. So if you have any surges in energy, then take those, and instead of being angry or upset, channel them as best you can into action, or any new abilities that you want to hone, or into your personal power, so that you can stand in your boundaries better, in your relationships. And then also know that you're going to be balancing action with rest. As I said, you need to rest and integrate, and that you may also be feeling a little more emotionally unstable. As I said, we're going to be fully feeling this month, so that we can really connect more again to that higher sensory system that we're developing. And you may feel more like you're kind of cracked open, that you really want something to move forward. And, if you're feeling fed up with certain things, it means you are ready for a change and ready to move forward. So take a look at it that way, instead of being frustrated by your circumstances. Keep asking the universe, say, I want to change and I want to move on. As I mentioned, the immune system will be hit again this month, and take care of your immunity. That's important. You might feel waves of grief, achiness, cold flu symptoms, heart flutters, palpitations a little bit this month, feeling ungrounded or detached a little bit, sometimes unmotivated, and just slowly starting to, see the ebb and flow of feeling impassioned by life again. And some depression, anger, and it really depends on you. I have all of those symptoms in my written version of my Ascension update, which is on my website, and you can take a look at that, because there's more. But those are the main ones this month, but there's quite a few more there to take a look at for yourself. And in terms of cosmic events, as I mentioned, we have 3 moons. So we've got the August 1st super full moon in Aquarius. And then we have the August 7th, 877 gateway. We have the August 8th, 88 gateway. We have an August 12th meteor shower. The Perseid meteor shower peaks at that time. I always find that brings in more illumination. So again, that will help you have more clarity to move forward and pivot and make the changes you need to make as you go forward. And then we have the August 16th new moon in Leo. And then the August 30th super full moon in Pisces. And we start Mercury retrograde on August 23rd. So as I said, again, another powerful month to help us move into our full potential and really start a new cycle of our lives. So I'm wishing you many, many blessings as you move through this month, and much support from the cosmic realms. Know you're loved. Know that you are not alone, that we're all in this together, and on this incredible journey as we continue through this great human ascension process. I'll see you in September.